Hey guys, welcome to today's immigration lesson 5. But real quick, Wesley just told me a joke and I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's funny. Now, for parents watching this, I apologize in advance. I like really corny jokes. They make me laugh very hard. And I usually share them with the kids. So, kiddos, if you guys have appropriate jokes you want to share with me and I can share them in our lessons, I will totally do that. Okay, so what do you call a pig that does karate? You got any guesses? Ready? Called a pork chop. Pork chop. This is pretty funny. At least I thought so. Okay. Forgot what I was going to do it now. Oh, yeah. Share with you guys. Nope, not that. We're not sharing the story yet. Don't get ahead of yourself, Mrs. Reed. Our vocabulary words. Okay, our first vocabulary word is characters. And I'm not talking about characters in a movie or in a book. I'm talking about symbols used in a system of writing. So our pictures here, we have the English alphabet, and then down here at the bottom, we have some Chinese characters that stand for different things. We have the word exhausting, and it is extremely tiring. This poor guy right here, I feel so bad for him. His battery is just about run down here, so he is extremely tired. We have honor. It is to treat someone with respect or show respect towards someone. Responsibilities, things you are in charge of or are dependent on to care for. Some of you may have chores at home that you are responsible for. When we were in school, we had classroom jobs that you guys were responsible for. And then we have wages. It is the money you give someone for doing work. So it's like earning a paycheck. It's getting paid to do something. All right, now let's go to our story. I'm sorry, I'm really thinking about the pork chop joke right now. It was pretty funny. Okay. Our story today is called Gold Mountain. So one day in 1858, Lin Wen hurried down the steep stairway and out onto the street that cut through his neighborhood in San Francisco, California. Lin Wen's neighborhood in San Francisco was called Chinatown because it was the area of town where many immigrants from China settled. Like other immigrant groups, the Chinese came to America for many reasons. Gold Mountain, or Gamsan, as the Chinese called it, was one of the main reasons the Chinese immigrated to the United States. After word reached China of the discovery of gold in the mountains of China, Chinese people were soon crossing the Pacific Ocean in large numbers, hoping to make their fortune. People claimed there is a whole mountain made of gold gleaming in the sun. You just chip away pieces of the mountain and soon you are as rich as the Emperor of China. Do you guys think there actually was a mountain made of gold in California? No, it is a myth. And what do you guys know about myths? Is it fiction or nonfiction? No, it is fiction. It means that it's fake. So it is not real. Remember when we learned about our fables and tall tales, we learned about some tall tale characters that were based on myths, like John Henry and Babe in the Blue Ox. I know, honey, thank you. Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys. Wyatt says hi. No, honey, I gotta keep working, okay?
Can I walk with you?
Yeah, Wyatt's gonna read with us, okay, guys? You gotta sit right here, though, okay? Okay. So Lin Wen and his father traveled to America, hoping to make a better life for themselves and their family. They had come on a great steamship, leaving behind Lin Wen's mother, his two sisters, and his grandmother in China. On the journey to the United States, Lin Wen's father had told him, "We will make enough money to bring over the rest of our family too, or we will take the money home and live as rich men." But since coming through the immigration center on Angel Island, Lin Wen and his father had discovered that life in the United States was not as easy as they had expected it to be. Chinese immigrants, like Lin Wen and his father, experienced hostility from Americans in California. Some Americans believed Chinese immigrants would take all of their jobs because they were willing to work for lower wages. Sometimes jobs paying lower wages were all the Chinese could get because some Americans at that time would not hire them to work in jobs that paid better. The few Chinese immigrants were allowed to do were often hard and dangerous, such as helping to build railroads and that cross the continent and would link the eastern and western sections of the United States. Some Irish immigrants also helped to build the historic railroad. Other Chinese immigrants took jobs working long, exhausting hours in woolen mills, washing dishes in restaurants and kitchens, or working in laundries where the clothes were washed in large wooden kettles of boiling water. Americans who were hostile to the Chinese did not like how the Chinese had very different traditions and customs from Americans. European immigrants that were settled into their new American life had trouble accepting immigrants who did not come from their own homelands in Europe. But not all Americans were hostile to Chinese immigrants. Some realized how difficult a new life in America could be for the newcomers. Many Americans were welcoming and kind to the many different immigrants in the United States. Lin Wen and his father never got as far as the gold mines or the mountains, and they quickly learned that it was not as easy to find gold as they had heard. They ended up in Chinatown, where Lin Wen's father worked in a laundry, and Lin Wen was lucky enough to work in a grocery store selling traditional Chinese foods. Lin Wen was on his way to work now, but he had a stop to make first. Winding his way through the streets, he followed a side street to a small door. After passing through it, he climbed some stairs and entered a room. No one would have guessed from the street that this rundown building could hold such a beautiful room. Hanging on the walls were red silk cloths bearing gold-colored Chinese characters. On the floors were plush silk cushions, and the air was fragrant with the sweet smell of candles. And it filled and it smelled like little flowers. An old Chinese man nodded a welcome. He asked, "You are here to honor the memory of your grandfather?" "Yes, please," Lin Wen answered. Remembering a person's ancestor was, and still is, an important belief. We owe our being here to those who came before us. Lin Wen's father had taught him one way to show our respect is to say special prayers and burn incense in their memory. Lin Wen's grandfather had died long before Lin Wen and his father had come to America, but they continued to honor him. Lin Wen bought a small candle from the old man, lit it with a match, and said a few prayers, and afterwards he thanked the old man and continued on his way to work. The market was crowded. With shoppers buying ducks, chickens, vegetables, rice, and other produce from traditional Chinese recipes. The owner of the market, Mr. Wong, had known Lin Wen's family back in China. After arriving in San Francisco, Lin Wen and his father had gone to see their old friend, Mr. Wong, who said, "I can hire you or your son to work in my store." Lin Wen's father had answered, "This is a great act of kindness, my friend. Let my son work with you. Another friend has offered us a job at his laundry. I will take that job because it will be more demanding, and that way my son will have some time to study and learn." At the time, Lin Wen had said nothing, but that night he had quietly asked his father, "Father, should I not respect you as the head of our family? Yet you will not let me take seriously the responsibilities for our family that you have taught me are mine. I should take the job in the laundry. I am young and strong. It will be easy for me to work the long hours there. You should work in the grocery. Lin Wen's father said, Lin Wen, the only thing as important as respecting your elders is getting an education. If you work in the laundry, you will not have time to study and educate yourself. That is also one of your responsibilities. I have made my decision, but you offer to work in the laundry means a great deal to me. I hope that someday we will have enough money so that we can bring our family here. But even if we never make a lot of money, I know now that I am a rich man, for I have something more valuable than gold, a son of whom I am very proud. Remembering this moment, Lin Wen smiled as he was selling spices to a customer. She noticed Lin Wen's smile. Why are you so happy today? She asked, handing him her money. This market is not exactly Gold Mountain, you know. Perhaps it is, Lin Wen answered, and he smiled as he handed back her change. Why do you think Lin Wen thought of the market as being Gold Mountain? Why do you think? Did he learn a valuable lesson that was worth more than gold? Yeah, he learned that his father was proud of him. That made him feel more valuable than gold itself. All right, I got a couple questions for you guys. Where did the characters in today's read aloud emigrate from? It means where did they come from? China. What immigration center did they come through on the West Coast? Was it Angel Island or Ellis Island? Angel Island. What pull factors brought Lin Wen and his father to the United States? Rumors of Gold Mountain and other opportunities brought the Lins and the other Chinese immigrants to the United States. How did Mr. Wong help Lin Wen and his father? He offered one of them a job in his grocery store. And then why do you think Lin Wen and his father decided to live in San Francisco's Chinatown rather than other parts of San Francisco? This wasn't directly in our story, but why do you think they decided to live in Chinatown? It's probably because they had friends there. There were other Chinese immigrants that lived there. They were able to practice their beliefs, things like that. All right, guys, that was our lesson today. Remember, if you have any appropriate jokes that you want me to share in the lessons, I can start doing that. It'll be fun. Sorry that Wyatt popped on. I think that's the first time we've had one of the kids pop on, so I guess we're lucky so far. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.